Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English in Advance. I am your host, Jessica, and I am so happy you are here with me today. If you are listening to this, it means you are dedicated to your personal growth and you are ready to take your English skills to the next level. Today, we are going to spend some quality time together focusing on a topic that I know is very important to you. We are going to talk about how to improve your English fluency daily using easy intermediate listening and speaking practices designed specifically for intermediate learners. Fluency is not just about knowing difficult grammar rules or memorizing a dictionary. Fluency is about flow. It is about connection. It is about feeling comfortable when you open your mouth to speak. My goal for this session is to help you bridge the gap between understanding English and actually using it naturally in your everyday life. We are going to go through many explanations, examples, and specific practice exercises that you can do right now while you are listening. So whether you are walking the dog, driving to work, cooking dinner, or just relaxing on your sofa, I want you to relax and let us start this journey together. First, let us define what we mean by fluency. Many students think fluency means speaking fast or never making a mistake. That is a misconception. True fluency is the ability to express your thoughts smoothly without pausing too much to search for words. It is about rhythm. Think of water flowing down a river. Sometimes the water moves fast and sometimes it moves slow, but it keeps moving. That is how your English should be. To achieve this, you need to change how you practice. You cannot just read textbooks. You need to engage your mouth and your ears. Let us start with a very simple concept called thinking in English. I know you have heard this before, but how do you actually do it? You do it by narrating your life. I want you to try this with me right now. Look around the room you are in. What do you see? Do not translate from your native language. Just name the objects in English. I see a window, I see a table, I see a light. Now let us make it a sentence. The light is bright. The table is clean. This is the first step. Now let us move into something a bit more active. We are going to practice a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most powerful tools for intermediate learners to improve their pronunciation and intonation. The concept is simple. You listen to a sentence and you repeat it immediately after the speaker, trying to match their speed and emotion. Let us try it together. I will say a sentence and I want you to repeat it out loud exactly as I say it. Here is the first sentence. I am working on my English every single day. Go ahead, say it. I am working on my English every single day. Did you notice the rhythm? I did not say every word with the same strength. I stress the words working and day. Let us try another one. This one is a bit longer. It is important to be patient with myself. Try that now. It is important to be patient with myself. Excellent. When you practice shadowing, you are training your mouth muscles to move in new ways. English requires different tongue positions than your native language, so this physical practice is essential. Let us go deeper into daily fluency. One major struggle for intermediate learners is finding the right vocabulary during a conversation. You know the word, but it gets stuck in your head. To fix this, we need to practice word associations and collocations. Collocations are words that naturally go together. Native speakers use them all the time without thinking. For example, we do not say do a mistake. We say make a mistake. We do not say make homework. We say do homework. Let us practice some common collocations right now. I will give you a verb, and I want you to think of the nouns that usually follow it. The verb is have. What can you have? You can have breakfast, you can have a shower, you can have a good time, you can have a problem. Now repeat this sentence after me to lock it in your memory. I usually have breakfast at 7 o'clock. Good. Now let us try the verb take. You can take a break, you can take a photo, you can take a chance. Repeat this sentence. Let us take a break and relax for a moment. By learning chunks of words together, you stop translating word for word and you start speaking in full concepts. This dramatically increases your speed and confidence. I want to talk to you about the fear of making mistakes. This is the biggest wall standing between you and fluency. You might feel nervous that people will judge you if you use the wrong tense or forget a preposition. But here is the truth. Communication is more important than perfection. If you say, I go to the store yesterday instead of I went to the store yesterday, people still understand you. The goal is to connect. To get comfortable with mistakes, you need to practice speaking when no one is listening. This is your safe zone. Talk to yourself. It might feel strange at first, but it is very effective. Describe your plan for the day. Say it out loud. For example, say, today I'm going to finish my work, then I will go to the gym, and finally I will make dinner. Try saying that now. Today I'm going to finish my work, then I will go to the gym, and finally I will make dinner. When you talk to yourself, there is no pressure. You are free to experiment. If you stumble, just stop and say it again. Let us practice listening for a moment. I'm going to tell you a short story about a typical situation. I want you to just listen and try to visualize what is happening. Do not worry about understanding every single word. Just focus on the main idea. Here is the story. Last Tuesday, I decided to visit a new coffee shop in the city center. It was a rainy afternoon, so I wanted somewhere warm and cozy. When I walked in, the smell of roasted coffee beans filled the air. I ordered a cappuccino and a slice of chocolate cake. I sat by the window and watched the people rushing by with their umbrellas. It was a peaceful moment in a busy week. Now let us check your understanding. Did you catch the main details? Where did I go? A coffee shop. What was the weather like? It was rainy. What did I eat? A slice of chocolate cake. This type of listening is called extensive listening. You are listening for pleasure and general understanding. The more you do this, the more your brain gets used to the patterns of English. Now we are going to combine listening and speaking with some question and answer practice. This simulates a real conversation. I will ask you a question, and I will leave a focused silence for a few seconds. In that silence, I want you to answer me out loud. Use simple sentences. There is no wrong answer. Here is the first question. What is your favorite time of day? Go ahead, answer now. That is a great answer. Maybe you said my favorite time is the morning because it is quiet. Or maybe you said I like the evening because I can relax. Let us try another one. What did you do last weekend? Tell me. That sounds interesting. Maybe you said I visited my friends or I just stayed home and watched movies. This exercise helps you think on your feet. It simulates the pressure of a real conversation, but in a safe environment with me. Let us discuss the importance of linking words. Linking words are the glue that holds your sentences together. They make your speech sound smooth and organized. Words like however, although, because, and therefore are very useful for intermediate learners. Instead of saying I was tired, I went to bed, you can say I was tired, so I went to bed. Or, although I was tired, I stayed up to finish the movie. Let us practice using although. This word is used to show a contrast. Repeat this sentence after me. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. Try it. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. Now let us try because. This explains a reason. Repeat this. I am learning English because I want to travel the world. Your turn. I am learning English because I want to travel the world. Using these words makes you sound much more advanced and intelligent. Another key aspect of fluency is intonation. Intonation is the music of the language. If you speak with a flat voice like a robot, it is hard for people to stay interested. English is a stress-timed language. This means we emphasize the important words. Generally, when we ask a yes or no question, our voice goes up at the end. Listen to this. Do you like coffee? Did you hear my voice rise on coffee? Do you like coffee? Try it. Do you like coffee? But when we ask open questions with words like what, where, or why, our voice often goes down or stays neutral. Where do you live? Try that. Where do you live? Mastering this musical aspect helps you sound more natural and friendly. Let us integrate some phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are very common in spoken English. They can be confusing because the meaning is often different from the individual words. For example, give up means to quit. Look for means to search. Let us practice a few essential ones. The first one is run out of. This means you have used all of something and you have none left. For example, we ran out of milk. Repeat that. We ran out of milk. Another good one is call off. This means to cancel an event. For example, they called off the meeting. Repeat it. They called off the meeting. One more. Look forward to. This means to be excited about something in the future. For example, I look forward to seeing you. Repeat that. I look forward to seeing you. Using these phrasal verbs will make your English sound much less formal and more like a native speaker. I want to encourage you to make English a part of your identity. Do not think of English as a subject you study at school. Think of it as a tool you use to live your life. Change the language settings on your phone to English. Watch movies with English subtitles. Listen to songs and try to sing along. When you are cooking, read the recipe in English. When you are exercising, count your repetitions in English. 1, 2, 3, 4. Small changes create big results over time. Consistency is the secret. It is better to practice for 15 minutes every day than to study for 5 hours once a week. Your brain needs daily exposure to build strong connections. Let us do a visualization exercise to build your confidence. I want you to close your eyes for a moment if you are in a safe place. Imagine yourself in a situation where you need to speak English. Maybe it is a job interview, or maybe you are traveling and asking for directions. Visualize yourself speaking calmly. Imagine the words flowing out of your mouth easily. Imagine the other person smiling and nodding because they understand you perfectly. Feel that sense of pride and accomplishment. Open your eyes. This visualization technique is used by athletes and public speakers. It prepares your brain for success. When you can see it in your mind, it is easier to achieve it in reality. Now let us return to some pronunciation practice focusing on difficult sounds. Many learners struggle with the TH sound. To make this sound, you must put your tongue between your teeth and blow air. There are 2 types, voiced and unvoiced. The unvoiced sound is soft, like in the word think. Try it. Think. Thank you. Thursday. The voiced sound creates a vibration, like in the word this. Try it. This, that, those. Let us practice a sentence with both. I think that this is good. Watch your tongue. I think that this is good. Another common challenge is the difference between the short I sound in ship and the long E sound in sheep. Listen to the difference. Ship, sheep. It is a subtle difference but important. Repeat this sentence. The sheep is on the ship. It sounds funny, but it is great practice. The sheep is on the ship. Let us talk about fillers. Native speakers use filler words like, and like to buy time while they are thinking. It is okay for you to use them too, but be careful not to overuse them. A better strategy when you are stuck is to use hesitation phrases. Instead of saying, for a long time, you can say, let me think about that for a second, or that is a good question. This keeps the conversation going and makes you sound in control even when you are thinking. Let us practice saying, let me think about that. Someone asks you a difficult question, you say, let me think about that. Try it. Let me think about that. It sounds very natural and polite. We are going to do a rapid-fire word recall exercise. I will give you a category and I want you to say 3 words that belong to that category as fast as you can. Ready? The category is fruits. Go. Apple, banana, orange. Good. The next category is furniture. Go. Chair, table, sofa. Excellent. The next category is emotions. Go. Happy, sad, angry. This exercise helps your brain retrieve vocabulary quickly under pressure. It wakes up your mind. As we continue, remember that your journey to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when you feel like you are not improving. There will be days when you feel frustrated. That is completely normal. Every language learner feels this way. When you feel stuck, look back at how far you have come. Think about the first time you tried to read an English sentence. Think about how much more you understand now. You are making progress even if you cannot feel it every single day. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate the small wins. Did you understand a joke in a movie? That is a win. Did you order coffee in English? That is a win. Let us practice describing a picture. Since I cannot show you a picture, I will describe one, and I want you to repeat the key phrases I use. Imagine a picture of a busy street market. In the foreground, there are stalls selling fresh vegetables. Repeat. In the foreground, there are stalls selling fresh vegetables. In the background, there are tall buildings. Repeat. In the background, there are tall buildings. On the left, a woman is buying apples. Repeat. On the left, a woman is buying apples. On the right, 2 men are talking. Repeat. On the right, 2 men are talking. Using spatial words like foreground, background, left and right helps you give clear and detailed descriptions. Now let us focus on asking for clarification. Sometimes you will not understand what someone says. That is okay. Never pretend to understand if you do not. It is better to ask. You can say, could you please repeat that? Or I am sorry I didn't catch that. Or could you speak a little slower, please? Let us practice the phrase, I didn't catch that. It is a very natural way to say, I didn't hear you. Repeat after me. I am sorry I didn't catch that. One more time. I am sorry I didn't catch that. Being able to manage a conversation when you do not understand is a very advanced skill. It shows you are confident enough to admit you need help. We are going to keep this momentum going because I know you are serious about improving. In this next part of our session, we are going to challenge ourselves a little bit more. We are going to look at how to tell better stories, how to express your opinions clearly, and how to understand native speakers when they speak fast. Relax your shoulders, take a deep breath, and let us get back to work. One of the most important skills at the intermediate level is the ability to tell a story about the past. When you tell a story, you need to mix different past tenses to make it interesting. We use the past simple for the main actions and the past continuous for the background information. Let me give you an example. Listen carefully to the difference. I walked down the street when I saw my friend. This sounds a bit flat. Now listen to this version. I was walking down the street, the sun was shining, and the birds were singing, when suddenly I saw my friend. Do you see the difference? The second version paints a picture. The phrase was, walking sets the scene. Let us practice this structure. I want you to complete the sentence. I will give you the background, and you add the action. Here is the background. I was cooking dinner when. Now you finish it. I was cooking dinner when. Maybe you said when the phone rang, or when I burnt my finger. Let us try another one. I was driving to work when. Go ahead. Good. Maybe you said when I saw an accident, or when it started to snow. Mixing these tenses helps your listener see what you saw. Now let us move to expressing opinions. At this level, you need to move beyond just saying, I like it or I don't like it. You need to use more varied language to sound sophisticated. Instead of saying, I think, you can say, in my opinion, or from my point of view, or I believe that. Let us practice phrasing an opinion on a common topic. The topic is social media. Instead of saying, I think social media is good, try saying, in my opinion, social media is a great tool for connection. Repeat that after me. In my opinion, social media is a great tool for connection. Now let us try a negative opinion. Instead of saying, I don't like traffic, try saying, I find traffic to be very frustrating. The phrase I find something to be is very common. Repeat it. I find traffic to be very frustrating. Let us try one more. As far as I am concerned, learning English is the best investment you can make. Try that. As far as I am concerned, learning English is the best investment you can make. These phrases act as signposts. They tell the listener that something important is coming. We're going to practice some connected speech now. Native speakers often squash words together. This is why they can be hard to understand. They do not say, I am going to go. They say, I'm gonna go. They do not say, I want to do it. They say, I want to do it. Let us practice these reductions so you can understand them better and sound more natural. Repeat after me. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to go to the store. Now try this one. Do you want to dance? Becomes, do you want to dance? Try it. Do you want to dance? How about this one? Let me see. Becomes, let me see. Repeat. Let me see. Mastering these reductions does not mean you have to use them in formal writing, but using them in casual speech helps you flow with the rhythm of the language. Let us talk about adjectives. If you want to make your English more attractive, you need to stop using the word very all the time. Very good, very bad, very happy, very sad. It gets boring. Let us upgrade your vocabulary with extreme adjectives. Instead of very good, say amazing or fantastic. Instead of very bad, say terrible or awful. Instead of very happy, say delighted or thrilled. Instead of very tired, say exhausted. Let us do a swap exercise. I will say the simple phrase and you say the advanced version. Ready. Very good, fantastic, very bad, terrible, very small, tiny, very big, huge, very cold, freezing, very hot, boiling. Let us put one in a sentence. It is freezing outside today. Repeat. It is freezing outside today. Using these strong words adds emotion and color to your speech. Now I want to focus on a specific grammar point that confuses many learners, which is the difference between make and do. Generally, we use make when we create something or produce something. We use do for actions, jobs, and tasks. It can be tricky, so we need to memorize the common ones. We make a plan, we make a decision, we make noise. But we do the dishes, we do exercise, we do business. Let us quiz you. I will say the noun, and you say, make or do before it. The noun is laundry. Do laundry. The noun is a mistake. Make a mistake. The noun is a favor. Do a favor. The noun is an appointment. Make an appointment. The noun is your best. Do your best. Repeat this sentence. I will do my best to not make a mistake. Try it. I will do my best to not make a mistake. Let us switch gears and talk about travel English. This is a huge motivation for many learners. Imagine you are at an airport check-in desk. You need to be polite and clear. Listen to this dialogue. Agent says, "May I see your passport?" You say, "Here you go." Agent says, "Are you checking any bags?" You say, "Yes, just one suitcase." Agent says, "Would you like a window or an aisle seat?" You say, "An aisle seat, please." Now let us role play. I will be the agent and you be the passenger. Respond to me. Good morning. Where are you flying to today? Tell me your destination. Okay. May I see your passport, please? Hand it to me verbally. Thank you. Do you have any bags to check? Answer me. Great. Here's your boarding pass. You are all set. Practicing these scripted scenarios builds your confidence so that when you are actually in the airport, you do not freeze. Another great way to improve fluency is to describe processes. This forces you to use sequence words like first, then next, after that, and finally. Think about how you make a cup of tea or coffee. Let us describe making a cup of tea together. First, you boil the water. Repeat. First, you boil the water. Next, you put the tea bag in the mug. Repeat. Next, you put the tea bag in the mug. Then you pour the hot water into the mug. Repeat. Then you pour the hot water into the mug. After that, you let it brew for a few minutes. Repeat. After that, you let it brew for a few minutes. Finally, you add milk and sugar if you like. Repeat. Finally, you add milk and sugar if you like. Try to describe a process from your own work or daily life using these sequence words later today. It structures your thoughts effectively. Let us discuss the conditional tense, specifically the second conditional. We use this to talk about imaginary situations. The structure is, if I had, I would. For example, if I had $1 million, I would buy a house. This is a great structure for conversation because people love to ask hypothetical questions. Let us practice. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Start your sentence with, if I could travel anywhere, I would go to. Say it now. That sounds like a beautiful place. Let us try another one. If you won the lottery, what would you buy? Say, if I won the lottery, I would buy. Go ahead. Excellent. Using the conditional correctly shows that you have a strong grasp of English grammar. I want to address the topic of soft skills in English. This includes how to be polite and diplomatic. In English, being direct can sometimes sound rude. For example, saying, "Give me the pen" is too strong. Instead, we use modal verbs to soften it. Could you give me the pen? Or would you mind giving me the pen? Let us practice would you mind. This is followed by the verb with ing. Would you mind opening the window? Repeat that. Would you mind opening the window? Would you mind helping me? Repeat. Would you mind helping me? And the answer is usually, no, not at all if you agree to help. It is a bit confusing because you are saying, no, I do not mind, which means yes, I will help. Let us practice the response. Would you mind waiting a moment? You say no, not at all. Try it. No, not at all. Let us do a listening drill focused on numbers and dates. These are often hard to catch in fast speech. I will say a number or a date, and I want you to visualize it or write it down in the air with your finger. Ready. 1999, did you get it? 1999, next one. 350, that is 350. Next one. The 13th of January, that is January 13th. Next one. 2025, that is 2025. Next one. 15.5. That is 15.5. Mastering numbers is crucial for business and travel, so keep practicing until they feel automatic. Now let us bring some emotion into our voice. English is an expressive language. If you say, "I am so happy," with a sad voice, people will not believe you. We are going to say the same sentence with 3 different emotions. The sentence is, "I cannot believe it." First say it with happiness, like you just won a prize. "I cannot believe it." Try it. Now say it with anger, like someone just broke your phone. "I cannot believe it." Try it. Now say it with sadness, like you heard bad news. "I cannot believe it." Try it. Notice how your pitch and speed change. Matching your tone to your words is a key part of fluency that books often do not teach you. Let us practice some idioms. Idioms are phrases where the meaning is not literal. They add flavor to your language. Here is a common one. A piece of cake. This means something is very easy. For example, that exam was a piece of cake. Repeat. That exam was a piece of cake. Another one is under the weather. This means feeling sick. I am feeling a bit under the weather today. Repeat. I am feeling a bit under the weather today. One more. Break a leg. This actually means good luck, usually before a performance. I told him to break a leg. Repeat. I told him to break a leg. Do not try to use too many idioms at once, but knowing a few common ones will help you understand native speakers much better. We should also talk about the difference between formal and informal English. Knowing when to switch codes is a sign of a proficient speaker. Informal is for friends and family. Formal is for work and strangers. Informal greeting. Hey, how is it going? Formal greeting. Good morning, how are you doing? Informal request. Can I get a coffee? Formal request, could I please have a coffee? Informal apology. My bad, formal apology. I sincerely apologize. Let us practice the formal apology. I sincerely apologize for the delay. Repeat. I sincerely apologize for the delay. Now the informal one. Sorry about the wait. Repeat. Sorry about the wait. Context is everything. Let us do a speed speaking exercise. I will give you a simple topic and I want you to speak about it for 20 seconds without stopping. Do not worry about grammar, just keep the words flowing. If you get stuck, just say an and until the next word comes. The topic is your favorite food. Ready? Go. Keep talking. Describe the taste. Describe when you eat it. Describe why you like it. 5 more seconds. Stop. Good job. This exercise, often called jamming, helps you bypass your internal editor. It teaches your brain that it is okay to just speak. Let us touch on pronunciation of the past tense ed ending. This is a classic trap. There are 3 ways to pronounce ed. It can sound like TD or ID. If the verb ends in a voiceless sound like K or P, the ed sounds like T. Walk becomes walked, not walk ID, walked. If the verb ends in a voice sound like L or N, the ed sounds like D. Clean becomes cleaned. If the verb ends in T or D only, then do we say ID. Want becomes wanted. Need becomes needed. Let us practice. Worked. Sound like T played. Sound like D started. Sound like ID. Listen and repeat. I worked hard. I played soccer. I started the car. Getting this right makes your accent sound much cleaner immediately. I want to motivate you again. Remember that every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent English speaker you admire started with 0 words. They struggled, they made mistakes, and they felt foolish. But they did not quit. That is the only difference between them and the people who fail. You are here listening to this, which means you are not a quitter. You are a learner. You are a grower. Keep that identity strong in your mind. Let us try a memory game. I am going to list 5 items I need from the supermarket. Listen carefully. I need eggs, milk, bread, apples, and rice. Listen again. Eggs, milk, bread, apples, and rice. Now can you say them back to me? Go ahead. Did you get all 5? Eggs, milk, bread, apples, rice. Memory is linked to language. Improving your short-term memory helps you hold on to sentences during conversation so you can process them. Let us look at agreement and disagreement. In a conversation, you need to show you are listening. To agree, you can say exactly or absolutely, or I could not agree more. Let us practice. I could not agree more. This is a strong agreement. Repeat. I could not agree more. To disagree politely, avoid saying, you are wrong. Instead say, I see your point, but I think differently, or I am not sure about that. Let us practice the polite disagreement. I see your point, but I think differently. Repeat. I see your point, but I think differently. This keeps the conversation friendly even when you have different opinions. We are going to wrap up this section with some mindfulness. Learning a language can be stressful. Sometimes your brain feels full. That is okay. Take a moment to appreciate the sounds of English. It is a beautiful language with a rich history. It has words from German, French, Latin, and Greek. You are learning a global code that connects you to billions of people. That is a superpower. Let us do 1 repetition exercise. I want you to repeat this affirmation. I am becoming a confident English speaker. Say it loud. I am becoming a confident English speaker. 1 more time with feeling. I am becoming a confident English speaker. Believe it because it is true. One of the markers of an upper intermediate speaker is the ability to connect simple sentences into longer, more complex ones using relative clauses. This sounds technical, but it is actually very simple. Instead of saying, the man is my neighbor, he is standing there, we say, the man who is standing there is my neighbor. We use who for people and which or that for things. Let us practice this. I will give you 2 short sentences, and I want you to combine them using who. Here are the sentences. The woman called me. She was very polite. Combine them. You should say, the woman who called me was very polite. Let us try another one with which. Here are the sentences. I bought a phone. It is very expensive. Combine them. You should say, the phone which I bought is very expensive. Using these connections makes your speech flow like a river instead of dripping like a tap. It is a small change that makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound. Let us talk about personality vocabulary. At the beginner level, everyone is nice, kind, or funny. But people are complex, and your vocabulary should reflect that. Let us learn some specific words to describe character. First, ambitious. This describes someone who wants to be successful. Repeat it. Ambitious. Second, reliable. This is someone you can trust to do what they say. Repeat it. Reliable. Third, stubborn. This describes someone who refuses to change their mind. Repeat it. Stubborn. Fourth, generous. This is someone who likes to give to others. Repeat it. Generous. Now think of your best friend. Which word describes them? Say a sentence out loud. For example, my friend is very reliable. Go ahead. Excellent. Being able to describe people accurately helps you gossip effectively, which is actually a very high-level social skill in any language. Now, we need to address a very common source of confusion, which is the difference between say and tell. This causes mistakes for almost everyone. The simple rule is that we tell a person, but we say something. You do not say, he said me. You say, he told me. Let us practice this pattern. I will give you a sentence, and you decide if it needs said or told. Here is the first one. She blanked me the news. Since there is a person me, the answer is told. She told me the news. Next one. He blanked that he was tired. There is no person mentioned, so the answer is said. He said that he was tired. Next one. Can you blank me the time? The answer is tell. Can you tell me the time? Let us repeat a correct sentence to fix it in your brain. Please tell me the truth. Repeat. Please tell me the truth. Now repeat. He said he was busy. He said he was busy. Getting this right will immediately make you sound more professional. Let us move to pronunciation and focus on silent letters. English is famous for having letters that we write but do not speak. This is often because of the history of the language. Let us look at the silent K. We see it in words like knife, knee, and no. You do not pronounce the K. It is not K knife, it is knife. Repeat, knife, knee. I know the answer. Another common one is the silent W in right and wrong. Repeat, right, wrong. And let us not forget the silent L in walk and talk. We do not say wall K. We say walk. Repeat. I like to walk and talk. Be careful with the word comfortable. Many people try to say comfortable, but native speakers usually say comfortable. It sounds like 3 syllables. Comfortable. Repeat it. This chair is very comfortable. Good work. We are going to practice giving advice. This is a very common conversational situation. We often use the modal verb should, but to sound more fluent, we can use phrases like, if I were you, or you had better. Let us practice, if I were you. The structure is, if I were you, I would. Imagine your friend feels sick. You say, if I were you, I would see a doctor. Repeat that. If I were you, I would see a doctor. Now imagine your friend wants to learn English. You say, if I were you, I would listen to this podcast. Repeat. If I were you, I would listen to this podcast. Another phrase is ought to. It means the same as should. You ought to rest. Repeat. You ought to rest. Varying your advice makes you sound more empathetic and wise. Let us discuss the topic of homophones. Homophones are words that sound exactly the same, but have different spellings and meanings. For example, see as in looking with your eyes and see as in the ocean, or flour that grows in the garden and flour that you use to bake bread. Context is the key here. If I say I need to buy some flour for the cake, you know I am not buying a rose. Let us practice a tricky pair. Peace as in no war, and peace as in a slice of cake. Listen to this sentence. I want a piece of cake and some peace and quiet. Repeat that. I want a piece of cake and some peace and quiet. Another pair is right as in correct, and write as in with a pen. You are right, I need to write that down. Repeat. You are right, I need to write that down. Being aware of these helps your listening comprehension, because you will not get stuck trying to figure out why someone is baking bread with a rose. I want to talk about the concept of active listening. Fluency is not just about speaking, it is about interacting. When someone else is speaking, you need to show you are engaged. In English, we use sounds and short words to do this. We say things like really, or uh-huh, or wow, or is that so? If you stay completely silent, the speaker might think you are bored or you do not understand. Let us practice this. I will tell you a fact, and I want you to respond with an active listening phrase. Here is the fact. I recently climbed a mountain. Respond. Good, maybe you said wow or really. Here's another one. I lost my wallet yesterday. Respond. You might say, oh no, or that is terrible. These small interjections are the grease that keeps the conversation engine running smoothly. Let us focus on prepositions of time. In, on, and at. These are small words, but they carry a lot of weight. We use at for specific times. At 5 o'clock, at noon. We use on for days and dates. On Monday, on July 4th. We use in for longer periods like months, years, and seasons. In August, in 2025. In the summer. Let us do a quick quiz. I will say the time phrase and you add the preposition. The phrase is the weekend, on the weekend, or at the weekend, depending on if you are American or British. The phrase is morning, in the morning. The phrase is 10:30 p.m. At 10:30 p.m. The phrase is Tuesdays, on Tuesdays. Repeat this sentence to practice all three. I will see you on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Try it. I will see you on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Perfect. Now let us engage your imagination with a hypothetical situation using the third conditional. This talks about the past and things that did not happen. It is used for regrets. The structure is, if I had done this, I would have done that. It is a bit of a tongue twister. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. This means I did not study and I did not pass. Let us practice the rhythm. If I had known, I would have come. Repeat. If I had known, I would have come. If I had seen him, I would have said hello. Repeat. If I had seen him, I would have said hello. This is advanced grammar, so do not worry if it feels heavy. Just listening to it helps your brain recognize the pattern. Let us switch to a lighter topic. Describing movies and books. This is a great conversation starter. You need words like plot, character, scene, and twist. The plot is the story. The twist is a surprise ending. Instead of saying the movie was good, say the plot was very engaging. Repeat, the plot was very engaging. Instead of saying the ending was surprising, say it had a great plot twist. Repeat, it had a great plot twist. You can also use the word genre to describe the type of movie. My favorite genre is comedy. Repeat, my favorite genre is comedy. What is your favorite genre? Tell me now. Maybe you like action, romance, or horror. Being able to discuss entertainment allows you to connect with people on a cultural level. We need to practice the art of interruption. Sometimes in a meeting or a group discussion, you need to speak, but you do not want to be rude. You can use phrases like, "Can I just add something here?" or "Sorry to interrupt, but..." Let us practice being polite but firm. Repeat after me. May I jump in for a second? Try it. May I jump in for a second? Another one. I have a point to make about that. Repeat. I have a point to make about that. And if someone interrupts you, you can say, "Can I please finish my thought?" Repeat. Can I please finish my thought? These phrases are essential for business English and group discussions, where the conversation moves fast. Let us broaden your vocabulary regarding health. Instead of just saying sick, we can be more specific. If you have a pain in your head, it is a headache. If your stomach hurts, it is a stomachache. If your throat hurts, you have a sore throat. If your nose is blocked, you have a stuffy nose. Let us practice a dialogue. Doctor asks what seems to be the problem. You say, "I have a terrible headache and a sore throat." Repeat. I have a terrible headache and a sore throat. We also use the phrase come down with to mean starting to get sick. I think I am coming down with the flu. Repeat. I think I am coming down with the flu. Knowing these terms can be very important if you need medical help abroad. Let us do a synonym challenge. I will give you a basic word and I want you to think of a more advanced synonym. The word is smart. Synonym. Intelligent, clever, brilliant. The word is important. Synonym. Essential, crucial, significant. The word is funny. Synonym. Hilarious, amusing. The word is beautiful. Synonym. Gorgeous, stunning. Let us use stunning in a sentence. The view from the hotel was stunning. Repeat. The view from the hotel was stunning. Expanding your synonym range prevents you from sounding repetitive and helps you express precise meaning. We are going to practice pronunciation of the vowel sound. A as in cat. This is a sound that does not exist in many languages. You have to open your mouth wide and flatten your tongue. Cat, hat, map, apple. Many learners say cut instead of cat. Listen to the difference. Cut is short and central. Cat is wide and open. Repeat. The cat sat on the map. Open your mouth. The cat sat on the map. Now compare. Cup, cap, cup, cap. Repeat. I put my cap on the cup. I put my cap on the cup. Physical practice of these sounds is the only way to master them. Let us talk about making plans and arrangements. We often use the present continuous to talk about the future when it is a fixed plan. We say, I am meeting my friend tomorrow instead of I will meet. It sounds more definite. Let us practice. What are you doing this weekend? Answer using the continuous form. I am visiting my family. I am playing soccer. I am studying English. Tell me your plan. Good. Now let us practice suggesting a time. How about 7 o'clock? Repeat. How about 7 o'clock? Or, are you free on Friday? Repeat. Are you free on Friday? If you are busy, you can say, I'm afraid I am tied up then. Tied up means busy. Repeat. I am afraid I am tied up then. This is natural social English. I want to address the fear of accents. You might find that you understand me perfectly, but you struggle to understand a Scottish person or an Australian person. This is normal. Do not panic. Exposure is the key. To improve this, try to watch shows from different English-speaking countries. Listen to how an American says water and a British person says water. Neither is wrong. They are just different flavors of the same language. Your goal is to be adaptable. Let us do a rapid response drill for common greetings. I say the greeting, you say the response. How are you? I'm good, thanks. What's up? Not much, you. How have you been? I've been good. Nice to meet you. You too. Let us practice the what's up response. Many students say, I am fine, but the natural response is not much or nothing special. Try it. What's up? Not much. It sounds very casual and cool. We are getting close to the end of this session, so let us focus on gratitude. Being able to say thank you in different ways is very nice. You can say, I appreciate it. Repeat, I appreciate it. You can say, that is very kind of you. Repeat, that is very kind of you. You can say, I am very grateful. Repeat, I am very grateful. Use these when someone helps you or gives you a compliment. It leaves a very positive impression. Finally, let us create a mini speech about your goals. I want you to fill in the blanks. My main goal in English is to blank. By next year, I want a blank. For example, my main goal in English is to get a new job. By next year, I want to speak fluently. Create your sentences now. Say them out loud to the universe. When you articulate your goals, they become more real. You have done an amazing amount of work today. We have covered complex grammar, social nuances, pronunciation tricks, and vital vocabulary. I hope you can feel your brain expanding. Remember, you can listen to this podcast again and again. Repetition is the mother of skill. Do not feel like you need to master everything in one listen. Come back to it tomorrow. Come back to it next week. Each time you will hear something new. Thank you so much for spending this time with me in English in advance. It is a privilege to be your guide on this journey. If you feel like you learned something valuable today, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified immediately when I upload the next lesson. Your support means the world to me and helps me create more content for you. Leave a comment down below telling me I am a fluent speaker to claim your success. I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing, stay positive, and keep speaking. This is Jessica signing off. Bye-bye.